not seeing the wonder. That's how the moon must feel. I know how the moon must feel, starry-eyed and contented. Everything is beautiful, as it all should be. Far away from it all, never needing to hurry. That's how the moon must feel. From up there our worries must seem very small. Maybe that is why he wears a smile. I'm sure he knows if there is more to life. Wish I could be here for a while. I know how the moon must feel, looking down from the heavens, smiling at the silly things we put ourselves through, missing magic each day and not seeing the wonder. That's how the moon must feel. I'm sure he knows if there is more to.
That's odd. There isn't supposed to be any trains running until tomorrow. All the engines should be back at the engine yard by now. Is anyone there? So it was just like that, you guys. I saw a tank engine on 6 wheels appear out of thin air, but just a few seconds after it did, it just vanished. Calm down now, Bambi. It's just your imagination. Bambi, did you say that you saw a tank engine on 6 wheels? Yeah. Did it have blue paint? Yeah. Oh my! You've seen Danny! Emily? Who's Danny? Danny is a little tank engine that used to work on my branch line, but today he's become a legend which our railway has possessed. What legend? Danny is now an engine that worked on my branch line who now haunts the railway. Wait, do you mean a ghost? Yes, Bambi, a ghost. Don't listen to him, Bambi. She's making it up. Besides, everybody knows there's no such things as ghosts. James, shut up. Anyway, Emily, I know you may not want to, but would you mind telling us about this legend? Well, I don't like to talk about it, and it does give me nightmares sometimes. But if you insist, I'll oblige. You see, many years ago, I used to work on my own branch line. I pulled passengers and trucks, and I even shunted my own trains, and I never complained. The manager was pleased with my work, but he felt that I need a helping buffer. Now, I know you don't mind hard work, Emily, but the people and I feel that you need a hand on your branch line, so I've asked for a little tank engine all the way from London to come and help you out. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I was hoping this new tank engine would be friendly. But I was wrong. The engine's name was Danny, a little tank engine. He was a very stubborn little guy, and he was very rude. And what was worse is that he didn't like tender engines. He thought tank engines were built for running on main lines, and he thought tender engines were a disgrace to the railway. He was asked to do the shunting work on my branch line, and he was not happy. He even said rude things to me. It's not fair. Why can't we be the ones who run the main line? I'm sorry, Danny, but tender engines are just as important as you tank engines. You are used for mainline jobs sometimes, but we tender engines do it more than you tank engines do. Shut up, you big green log. We tank engines are much better than you out-of-date tender engines. Go find yourself a scrapyard. That really hurt my feelings as he puffed away. Danny's attitude didn't stop there, because one day he was asked to take a train of gunpowder to the mine at the end of my branch line. Ha ha! Now I'll show that big green log. You better be careful, Danny, because if you make one stupid move, you'll be blown sky high. Shut up, you big green log. I will handle the train my way. We don't take advice from useless tender engines like you. So buzz off. And he puffed away. And later after he left, I reported to the manager. I see. I'll have a talk with him. But don't you worry about a thing, Emily. Don't let Danny make you think you're useless. You're a really useful engine, and a sensible one too. That made me feel much better. But then, it happened. There was a massive explosion, and in the distance I could see a big cloud rising into the sky. It was then I realized that the Danny tank engine had really blown himself to pieces. I was sent to take the casualties away, but when I got there it was an awful one. There were some ambulances to take away the men who were killed in the explosion, and on the line ahead of me I could see the charred remains of Danny right there. There was nothing left of him. He was just a great big heap of junk. What happened after that, Emily? Well, shortly after the accident, people began to think my branch line was dangerous, so we started losing money. The manager came to me and told me that the railway had to be closed down. I was very disappointed, but then the manager said, Don't worry, Emily, you're not going to be scrapped. I just had a phone call from Sir Stephen Sir Topham Hatt. He's the controller of the Sodor Railway. So, he's decided that he's very pleased with your work. So you will be helping out on his railway. Thank you, sir. I was to spend the night on the railway just before the day that my line closed down. But as I was sleeping, I thought I could hear the sound of an engine's whistle. That's odd. Must be a midnight express engine. I was just about to go to sleep, but then I heard a familiar whistle close up. I then recognized the whistle from somewhere. What? No! It can't be! I had no idea, but I heard the sound of an engine's pistons coming up. It sounded like an engine who was coming closer. And then it sounded like it was standing right in front of me. But I couldn't see anything. But then, out of thin air, came the ghostly appearance of the tank engine that used to work on my branch line. Look, yeah! I was horrified. And I know he didn't have a face, but the engine was staring coldly at me. But then after a few seconds, the engine disappeared. But even though he was gone, I was still in shock, and I stayed up all night. But when I got to Sodor, I felt much better, and after that my life started returning to normal. But sometimes the sound of an engine's whistle can still be heard in the distance. It is said that Danny's spirit still haunts the line, leading up from York to London. It must have been Danny that I saw on the line earlier. Emily, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but the accident of Danny may be true, but I keep telling you, there's no such things as ghosts, so stop trying to scare us with your stupid make-believe stories. Ghosts? What nonsense that Emily goes on about. Doesn't everybody know there's no such things as ghosts? I'll show 'em. Good morning, James. Oh, hello, Agatha. What can I do for you? Well, there are no other engines available, so tonight I want you to take the Midnight Express. What? Me? Take the Midnight Express? But I'm working hard all day, Agatha. Can't you get another engine to do it? You will do, as you are told. I suppose I can't complain. I like pulling passengers better than trucks anyway. Hey, what's that? For all of a sudden, I feel like I can hear voices. Must be the night shift. Wait a minute. What's that? What on earth was that? James, did you see that? Ugh, pushing trucks, pushing trucks. Now I know how Henry felt when he had his encounter with an elephant. Hey, what's that smell? Smells like another engine I don't know. But, where is it? Wait, well, what's that? Ah! Ah! Ghost! Oh dear. Yep, he's still around, Emily. This is serious. Emily, I was thinking. What? Since you're the one who he last saw before he got blown up, don't you think you're the only one who can stop him? Yes, I think you're right, Bambi. And that's the reason why I think he can't leave me alone. And what's worse is this. I want to tell him, but I'm scared he might do something bad to me. Like what? I don't know. Maybe blow me to pieces or something. Stand up against him, Emily. Being scared is not going to help. You must not let your fears stop you from acting. Besides, Emily, if you don't stop him soon, he will haunt the railway forever. Remember, Emily, you started this, so you're the only one who can end it. And I know, because I believe in you. Now show Danny that you're not afraid of him anymore. You're right, Bambi. Being scared is not going to help. And you're right, I'm the only one who can end this. So tonight I will come face to face with the tank engine that used to work on my branch line, and I will stop his haunting forever. Tonight I will fix everything. Are you sure this is going to work? No, I've never done this before, Mallard. Now all we have to do is wait until midnight. There he is. Leave. Now listen, Danny. You were a terrible tank engine. I tried to warn you about that train, but you wouldn't listen to me. You had got yourself into this mess, not me. And let me tell you something. You tank engines are just as useful as us tender engines. We tender engines are more important than you. Well, some of the tank engines I know are just as useful as we are. But the only thing is, Danny, you care about nothing but yourself. After I cleared away your rubble, I thought I would be happy, but you wasted all my life trying to scare me away to the scrapyard. Well, let me tell you something, Danny. I'm not scared of you anymore. So from now on, I want you off this railway, because you are a faithful disgrace to the railway. Now leave and never come back! He's gone! Hooray! Well done, Emily! What a brave engine you are! Thanks, Bluebell. I'm quite proud of myself, too. Emily, I'm proud of you, too, but there's one thing I must ask. Why do you think he wanted to scare you more than any of us? Because I was the last tender engine he saw before he got blown to pieces, so he decided I was the first tender engine to be scared away. He wanted just me, and me alone. But he's at rest now, and I have no troubles with him anymore, because Danny's ghost is gone for good.